The Democrats. Now, you guys may be too young to remember this, but back in the day, they used to run these streets. At one time, they had everything. They had the House, the Senate, and a black president who spoke English. Anyway, after 8 years of impotence, the House Democrats are back in command. And it turns out that they won the election so hard last week that they're still picking up seats. Every day, we learn of a new seat that the Democrats have won. Basically, the elections have turned from a one-day event into the credits of a Marvel movie. It just never ends. It's like, well, that was a great movie. Oh, there's more? Oh, okay. Another one. I got, still more. All right. I guess I've only paid for 5 hours of parking. Okay. So now that the Democrats are back in control of the House, they're making some big plans for next year.
Winning the majority gives Democrats the power to set the House agenda.
Democrats winning control of the House makes Nancy Pelosi the presumptive speaker. She's already laid out her top 3 policy priorities: campaign finance and ethics reform, lower drug prices, and infrastructure.
Thanks to you, tomorrow will be a new day in America.
Yeah, new day in America. Not so new that I'm not still in charge, but still kind of new. New-ish, the new show on ABC. Now, look, I joke about Nancy being in charge for a long time, but she is right. There is a lot of new faces coming into Washington. In fact, the incoming freshman class of Democrats is being called the most diverse ever. Check out this photo. Look at that. That's who's coming in. That is so diverse. It's insane. It looks like a stock photo in a college brochure. That's what it looks like. And it's not just the Democrats. The Republicans have also welcomed their most diverse group ever. Look at that, huh? Look at that. They have old white guys, they've got young white guys, they've got bald white guys, they've got balding white guys, they've got white guys with hair, they got the white guy from SNL, and the one guy who I think is Latino, but if they start rounding them up, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be white. So many different types of white guys. But the Democrats will have the power to investigate the Trump administration, and they're definitely planning to use that power.
Democrats have flipped control of the House, and thus, Washington is bracing for an onslaught of investigations. Democrats are loading what they are calling a subpoena cannon with more than 85 Trump targets.
Come January, we get subpoena power. We can subpoena relevant documents, subpoena witnesses, and it's really too late for Donald Trump to put the horse back in the barn.
Wow, subpoena cannon. Poor Trump. For the next 2 years, he's going to be in subpoena hell. There's going to be subpoenas popping out of him from everywhere. He's going to be opening up his KFC bucket. Drumstick, nope, subpoena. Reaching for a towel in the bathroom. Ah, subpoena, damn you! Every night he's going to wake up in a cold sweat like, subpoena. Melania, I had the scariest dream. I thought, oh, it's a subpoena! Are you in the mood, subpoena? And if you're wondering what specifically the Democrats will investigate Trump over, his taxes, collusion with Russia, the answer is yes. Yes to everything. And listening to the future chairwoman of the powerful House Appropriations Committee, it seems like they're really going to enjoy it.
Should the majority look into these issues related to President Trump that has come up? The Space Force.
Yes.
James Comey's firing.
Yes.
The travel ban.
Yes.
The family separation policy.
Absolutely.
Hurricane relief in Puerto Rico.
Oh.
White House staff use of personal email.
Oh, for sure.
I wish I enjoyed sex as much as she enjoys investigating Trump. Absolutely. Oh, for sure. Now, look, I hope for her sake and for the Democrats that the plan isn't just to run around investigating all of Trump's farts, right? Because although there are many issues worth investigating, things like Space Force don't rise to that level. And Democrats need to be strategic about what they investigate, because Republicans have already come up with a response.
President Trump tweeting about what his future could hold under a Democrat-controlled House. The prospect of presidential harassment by the Dems is causing the stock market big headaches, using the same term Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell used just last week.
The Democrats in the House will have to decide just how much presidential harassment they think is good strategy. I'm not so sure it'll work for them.
Wow, Mitch McConnell is brilliant. It's no longer congressional oversight, now it's presidential harassment. Yeah, they're harassing the president. How can the most powerful man in the world be the victim? This is like God complaining about being bullied. They said I look like Santa.
and that's why I sent the volcano.
But look, we joke around, but presidential harassment is a serious issue in America. Which is why, before the Democrats take power, they're gonna have to watch this video.
If you're watching this, you just won back the House of Representatives. Congrats, socialists. But before you take charge, here's what you need to know about presidential harassment. For starters, don't try to touch the president's intimate areas, like his tax returns. That's a private area that's reserved for the president's wife and his Russian investors. On the other hand, do look for cues that you're making the president uncomfortable. Watch his body language to see if he becomes protective of his space. In this way, the president is a lot like a rabid raccoon. And finally, do let him harass you. And believe me, he will harass you. That may seem unfair, but think of the president as a stripper. He can touch you, but you can't touch him. Even if you fell in love with her 6 years ago, bought her a car. So there you have it. Creating a comfortable work environment for the president is easy, as long as you just do whatever he wants. And if you ever wonder, should you impeach the president, think of this helpful acronym, N as in no. Guess we just could have said no. That concludes the Presidential Harassment Seminar. Up next, Jared. What exactly does he do again?
Michael Kosta, everyone.